All right, if you are a B2B founder, you are an agency owner, or you are just a founder of a firm who's doing cold outbound, we're gonna go deep dive on what is working today and how you can personally book quality appointments with, clients who you want to work with, not just random info hunters who want to get info off of your product or offer or what you do. So we're going to deep dive on how to run email, how to find and build up a lead list, and what is verticals. How do you find verticals to target within your TAM? So let's just jump straight into it without wasting any time. All right, so first things first, we're on Miro. I don't have anything here. We're just gonna work on it together. So let's talk about who is our TAM, right? So let's say that we do recruiting, okay? So we're gonna talk about how can we find our total addressable market within recruiting while also coming up with verticals, okay? So, okay. So that's if our total addressable market is recruiting, then we're gonna put in the vertical. How do we spell that? Okay. So then we're gonna come up with things like IT recruiting. Okay. So now that we have IT recruiting as one, we're gonna go in a little bit more deeper now. Is it um, a fintech Series C startup, or is it a let's see, accounting firms, IT sector, or is it a AI backend engineer at a marketing firm? So, total addressable market, the industry is recruiting and staffing. The vertical is going to be IT recruiting. So then we get to pinpoint exactly what type of IT that we're dealing with. Is it a fintech Series C? Is it a Series B? Are they in medtech, edtech? What is it? Or are they placing IT roles within accounting firms? Or are they placing an AI backend engineer at marketing firms? They only deal with marketing agencies. You have to take a look at what is the vertical of your TAM and create copy based off of that. Because if we just set a generic copy that's for every recruiter out there, it's not going to make sense because what if they did executive roles and this IT recruiter only does, chief technology officing roles. So they place CTOs in new startups or Series B startups who might need a new CTO or something along that line, right? So if you're just generically hitting up your entire TAM, so this whole thing with no offer, and you're just blasting away with um, you know, basic basic copy, you're going to exhaust yourself and that vertical itself. So let's go a little bit deeper. So now we have IT recruiting, correct? And we have these different series on where we could find them or who to target. All right, cool. So let's just delete all of this stuff. It's kind of irrelevant. And we'll start from the very beginning. All right. So delete. I think that's good now. Okay. So we are going to look on how we could build up this list. So let's just go with USA for now. Employee counts. We're going to build up a ideal employee count. So we have to find a very sweet spot. Around these numbers is sweet. 1 to 10, it's kind of broke people land. You don't want to be there. Now industries, we're going to look for staffing and recruiting. Okay, cool. And then inside of here, we're going to do yeah, let's put in IT recruiting, IT recruitment, cloud engineering. Let's see what they have for let's do software dev, maybe. Yeah, we do that software dev. Okay. So we have 1.4K right now. And then we're gonna do B2B. We'll do SaaS and FinTech. Cool. Now we have an even tighter list. Of course, you could put in more verticals or more signals to figure out who we're looking for. But as you can see now, let's take a look at a few of them. Let's click on a very random one, Awana. And let's take a look at Awana's website. Let's see, links, there we go. All right, high remote Latin American talent, the right ones. Okay, their services. Okay, they do AI development, cool. So they got job openings. So they're trying to build up their candidate size right now. As you can see, it's a lot of IT stuff. You see that? Okay. So back in the day, you'd be able to scrape Apollo with a few scrapers on Apify and whatnot. Now I have third-party people. I'm just going to grab this link and I'm going to give it to them and they'll scrape it for me. But what happens next, right? Now that we have this entire lead list of companies, what do I do with all these companies? Well, that's when we build back-end systems and automations to find contacts at these companies. All right. So let's do a similar play. All right. Let's just go to make.com since it'll be the easiest one to use. And this is a very specific type of workflow. So what I did is I got my information from Apify. I routed if they have an email or if they don't have an email. We did market research with Exa. We did some AI cleanup and we sent it instantly. But now we have a lovely tool called Claude. But here, let's open terminal. All right, so instead of doing all of that, I'm just gonna go to Claude. And Claude pops up, just like that. Beautiful. Yeah, let's fix this a little bit. All right, so now I'm gonna tell Claude, hey dude, so I'm looking to find specific recruiters and staffers within the IT vertical. I want to come up with a list of 500 people. Right now, we just need company names. So scrape, usastaffing.net, and a few free databases that we can find specific recruiters who are in the IT vertical. So my Claude has my markdown, my README markdown, and knows exactly how I like to work, who I like to work with, and how I like to find them. So what it's going to do is it's going to use my enrichment waterfall of research. And I'm just going to put this on plan mode. Note, whenever you're planning something with Claude, go to plan mode. So USA staffing industries, you see it's pulling up websites and databases. So before you go to Apollo and go into a generic database, you could find specific databases that are serving your vertical, okay? So this is exactly my thinking method when it comes to outbound. This is how I build up my lead list, my core offers, how I do research on them. You get the idea. So right now I'm just gonna let Claude run it up and then I'll come back when it has a plan for us. All right, we're back and beautiful. Just like that, Claude Code came up with a bunch of leads for us. So it sourced, it did a web fetch and it parsed all the information from JSON. It scraped multiple online directories. So we got job stars, national agencies. We have a giga sheet of 123,000 staffing and staffing firms. So it's going to scrape it to get IT. We have a vendor directory. We have an American Staffing Association, another member directory. Yeah, as you see, it's just a bunch of databases and directories of finding from the source of where they are. So next steps, it's going to scrape the web, it's going to scrape the giga sheet, it's going to scrape all of it, and it's going to start the operation. So find it here. Let's see what else. Okay, open to confirm. Okay, and we're gonna say All right, perfect. Before you start, make sure that they are into either IT staffing or recruiting, and they are a firm within minimum 10 to 100 employees or 100 to 500 employees. And they're doing at least a minimum a million a year in annual revenue. Cool. Now we're giving it a filter of how we want to work. And most of this is USA. It's the USA directory, so it's just American companies. That's fine. But we have an idea of what the filtering is. So employee headcount, the vertical, and also the revenue size. So there we go. Cool. Now, the next few steps would be once this is cooking up and it's doing its job, it's taking a look at it, we're going to open up another Claude terminal. All right. So we're going to do market research on it. So let's see if it's going to ask us anything else. Got a tighter ICP. Cool. No, let's just do here. Okay. Clear context and auto accept. Okay, all right. Now, as this is working, we're gonna get on to the next step. All right, cool. Now we're back. We got CSV files. It's not much information. We just got company names right now, okay? We have around 501 company names. We are getting an idea of where the source was coming from. However, we don't know this information. So what we're gonna do is go back to Claude. It's also running another Python script, and this is a backslash code, by the way. You could talk to it. After we're done with scraping everything, I need you to do a contact enrichment. So let's look for head of sales, head of marketing, head of operations, SVP, and use our entire enrichment workflow from Clearbit, DuckDuckGo, the hidden APIs, and the search queries with Google SERP to get an idea of who to contact and get their contact information along with company info. There we go. Now we're telling Claude what to do. All right, by the way, I got my blue light blockers on. All right. So now it's just running the clutch scraper, is getting a few more, and basically what clutch is, here, let's proceed this one. All right, so clutch. All right, so clutch is just a database. It's a directory of specific businesses. So if we put in IT recruiting, it's going to get us companies. So they just scraped pretty much all of this without us having to go through it. And it's using Apify right now. Okay, all right, cool. So yeah, we're gonna have to wait on this for a little bit. All right, perfect. Now we got all the leads in right now. So it's just 138. We're doing a test run, but let's clean up this entire thing. Let's just resize it real quick. Cool. And then let's fix up that one. There we go. So what it does is it gave us the company name, the domain, contact names, contact titles, emails. I did not run a verification on it, but it would come back as found and verified. Also, it came back its, what do you call it? The LinkedIn. So let's take a look. Jennifer Sander at Kelly Services. Alrighty. Some staffing. Okay, so looks like that's not the right one. Oh, well, she did. She used to work there. It's okay. It is accurate, but maybe not working there right now. So, and it gave us some recent news as well. So let's take a look at the recent news. All right, that's nothing really specific. Let's see here, anything. All right, just some basic stuff. So this is the most basic form of doing it. It does get more advanced, and I'll show you a case study or a use case of it getting advanced. So let's take a look here. No, it's not this one. Should be recent funding. All right, there we go. So these are all recently funded companies. Emails, everything validated, uploaded, and it even had, it created a copy based off of how we go. So yeah. So let's take a look at something. Hey Ali, saw you guys just closed your Series C. Congrats on the 750 mil. Looks like you're solving on-road testing headaches. That's a huge pain point in transportation. Guessing the plan is to use that funding to get in front of more trucking companies. If that's part of the plan, would it be worth building a system that connects you to the people who need exactly what you built? Kind of generic, but we were test running it. So let's look for another one, another example. All right, there we go. So this was for fintech. Let me see. So the thing is, I actually don't store my copy here. I store it all inside of Supabase. So I'm showing you the wrong thing. I just realized that right now. So if we take a look at fintech, then I have everything basically what you saw in on Google Sheets, but here instead. So over here we have company name, their pain points, their competitors' pain points, some converting questions, yada yada yada. And let's look for some signals also. So okay, there we go. So hey Jason, saw you're a service disabled veteran-owned business rooted in Kansas City. Impressive commitment to the community. If I could connect you with public sector leaders and infrastructure currently using Edelman, Flacium, I don't know what that is. Do you think you could convert some of them to Parson Associates? Let me know if it sounds relevant. So this was kind of a qualifying lead filtering copy. We're asking them if they can convert their competitors to their company. So, hey Anatoly, notice any ForceSort has been pushing team extension hard across e-learning and fintech. Makes sense given where SME demand is sitting right now. If I could connect you with SME tech buyers currently evaluating competitor names, do you think you could convert some of them to any ForceSoft? Let me know if it sounds relevant. So the same way that we scraped the suppliers, so the suppliers would be these recruiter companies. So we're doing outreach on them to get them, saying, hey, I'm connected with these types of companies. They're recently funded. They're looking for backend engineers. Giving your case studies, do you have anything in your candidate pool size that can help them out? Let me know if it sounds relevant. Let's hop on a call. It's kind of a one-on-one question. And then let's say you did hop on a call, then you will do the same exact thing to get them the demand. So this is supply. They have the supply. We're gonna look for demand, and that would be the fintech companies who need the backend engineers, the platform developers, the UI analysts, yada yada. You get the point. So we're creating deal flow demand out of thin air with supply and demand. So that is the exact use case that we're using here. So let's see. Let's see what we could do next. So the next steps would be, no, that's the wrong one. Let's go to IT staffing. So if you want to do this all manually, you would use, something like make.com, do it here, connect a bunch of nodes, or you would use, what is it called? Railway, and do it off of n8n. So this is what that looks like. So this is my n8n. All right, let it load up. There we go. Something like this, right? You just have, your information here. It gets verified here. It goes to market research and copy here. Then it gets distributed. Or you could learn how to use Claude Code piece by piece and then create these campaigns at scale. So if you're looking for deal flow demand, whether you are within, trying to get funding or you're trying to get partnerships, let's say you're a biotech firm looking for BD partnerships with pharmaceutical manufacturing, or let's say you do oil and energy sourcing and you're trying to find investors for that. Where your signal matters. You're looking for investors who are active right now, family offices who are active, wealth management firms that are active, and then you are piecing the puzzles together. So that's exactly what we do here. And if you are a firm who needs that sort of help to create demand for, demand generation out of thin air, basically. It's not thin air, but we're using market insights. There will be a link below. Click on it, and I will basically get on a call with you. It's a partnership alignment call. We'll kind of figure out what you're going for, what KPIs you're trying to hit, and if we even align in terms of working together. But besides that, happy hunting.